Very good. Well, I'm excited to see your presentation. You've got a very exciting presentation now to show us.
Okay, then if you want, I put it and uh,
Hmm.
and compare it with all of you.
Great. We're in for a treat, everybody. Let's pay attention.
Okay. Well, this is our presentation in two different parts. First of all, is a little explanation about what is at this moment and in this area the Camino of Santiago, not only in Galicia or in Spain, as what is a phenomenon in different countries of Europe. And what is the importance of the increasing of pilgrims in the different itineraries of the Camino of Santiago here in Galicia, and above all, what is the importance of the American pilgrims here in our community. Then this is the map of Europe, and here you can see all the different itineraries of the Camino of Santiago, because the Camino of Santiago is the Caminos of Santiago, different itineraries from medieval areas until now that they are developing and crossing the most part of the countries in Europe. 29 of 38 countries in Europe that they are in the European Council at this moment. And here in the east, you can see a lonely path in red that is the Podolic Way in Ukraine. For us, it's very, very important that now and at this moment in a war situation in Ukraine, they are making the effort to recovery, to signalize, and to put in use the Camino Podólico that is a part of the Camino of Santiago. All of the rest of countries in Europe are supporting this very, very special initiative from the people from Ukraine to maintain his relation, his special relation with Europe in this situation. But you can see that the way of Santiago have more than 80,000 kilometers of land itineraries and more than 30,000 miles, nautic miles of ways in the sea, because the Camino Santiago in the medieval areas was land and sea travel to arrive to Santiago de Compostela. In Spain, you have that all of our regions, all of our autonomic communities have paths to Santiago de Compostela, and from the east to the west, and from the south to the north of Spain. Then it's a patrimony that is a proud for all of our country. Well, it's a proud that is the first cultural itinerary in Europe, because part of what the Europeans are is as a result of working all together until towards Santiago de Compostela. And this is the map of our community. In the west is the sea, and with our 10 itineraries here in our community, more than 1,500 kilometers of itineraries that they are supported by the autonomic government of Galicia in coordination with the different municipalities and provincial authorities in our community. And this is the reality of the recovery of the Camino of Santiago in the contemporary times, because the worst moment for the Camino of Santiago was the 19th and the 20th century, because Europe was involved in different wars. Spain had five civil wars during 19th and 20th centuries, and Europe had different wars, and most of them, the first and the second World War that stop the Camino de Santiago because the pilgrims don't cannot to do this activity. In 1971, only 141 pilgrims arrived to Santiago de Compostela, and was a jubilar year. For us, it's a proud that was the civil society who beginning to recover, to study, and to put in use again the Camino of Santiago. And was in 1993 when the regional government beginning to do an institutional action to preserve first, to protect and preserve the different itineraries of the Camino de Santiago in Galicia, to put it, to maintain it each year, and to create a public network of pilgrims hostels, with the reason that each pilgrim has the needed to sleep every night, and we need to put a rational and a place and a space prepared to attend the needs of our pilgrims. And it was increasing year for year until arriving this 2024. This year was spectacular for the Camino of Santiago. We have increase of 10% of pilgrims, reaching at this moment near the 500,000 pilgrims with his certification, with the Compostela. But our estimation is we have about 20-30% more of pilgrims that don't catch the Compostela when arrive to Santiago de Compostela, because there are a lot of pilgrims that make each year the Camino of Santiago, or it's 2 years, and then they have his first certification, but not each year and each pilgrimage that they made, they recover this certification. That we can talk about 600,000 to 700,000 of pilgrims arriving to Santiago de Compostela. But the reality of American pilgrims is more spectacular than this, because you have in 23 only 1,500 pilgrims. You maintain these numbers until 2011 years, but with the film of Martin Singh, that was a revolution for the American pilgrims. These numbers was increasingly each year, and this year was spectacular. The number of American people that arrived to Santiago de Compostela, that cross Galicia, that maintain relation with our population, that enjoy our landscape, our patrimony, our food, our wine, our beer. For us, really is very important, and we are very proud, because we are perceiving that people so far as American people, where we have not a lot of migrants there in America, because the Galician migration was to Argentina, to Cuba, to Mexico, to Brazil, but not especially to United States. Only a little colony in Florida, and a little colony in New York and New Jersey, that we have the answer of the American people about the Camino of Santiago for us was very special, sure. But you said me, what we can do an American pilgrim when end his pilgrimage to Santiago de Compostela? Well, I put here only a few activities that can made when he finish the Camino Santiago. First of all, we are not only rural areas, uh, although the pilgrim cross normally rural landscape and a little village. Um, you have a lot of cities in Galicia, not two very big cities, because Vigo, that is the most the city with the most population in Galicia, has not more than 300,000 inhabitants. But I select four of them to show you what we can do in our cities. Uh, First of all, you have a city in the northwest of Galicia, La Coruña. In this city, that is a very, very special and a very historical city for us, either during the day or night, there is always life here. This is a city for strolling and enjoying oneself, with beaches in the city center. Just in the center, you have two different beaches, Riazor and Orzan, with the Tower of Hercules. We talked about it, overlooking it. The inhabitants of A Coruña are famous for living well. So follow their example. Sit at a cafe on the main square known as Plaza of Maria Pita. Here you can see it in the right corner up in this presentation, and discover its fascinating history. Or stroll along the area of the cantones and admire the famous glass windows. Here you can see in the left corner from the modernist period. And if you would like to go shopping, this is the perfect place, especially if you want to dress in style. One of the most unforgettable experiences for visitors to A Coruña and Galicia is the sunset from the Tower of Hercules Lighthouse. The sun gradually sinks into the Atlantic, into a dreamlike landscape in front of the world's only Roman lighthouse still in operation, setting apart with a sculpture representing the legendary origins of the tower and the city, with a lot of people, with a lot of bars, with a lot of life, people very, very open, and they like to receive and to attend the foreign people. And in the south and in the coast, you can arrive Vigo. Vigo is the most populated city in Galicia, with 300,000 inhabitants, located in the southwest of Galicia in a beautiful bay in front of the Cíes Islands. In this bay, we have in the bottom of the water in this bay the most important treasury in the world, that was the Galeones of Rande, that was sunk by the English float in the 17th century, and they are still together in the sea, with some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Vigo has a wide range of places of interest for tourists, as well as a large number of restaurants where you can taste the seafood that this coastline has to offer. And from here, you can see Santiago de Compostela. Santiago de Compostela has been a World Heritage Site since 1993, and is the destination of the first European cultural itinerary, a medieval city founded by and for pilgrims. Today is the most visited city in Galicia. I recommend getting lost in its streets, mingle with its inhabitants, share experience with visitors who come from more than 180 countries every year, eat tapas in the bars of the streets, a Rainha and Franco. Here you can see the Rainha street in a normal day, with a lot of local people comparting wine and beers with the visitors and with the pilgrims that are arriving to Santiago after visiting the excuse me, Plaza of Obradoiro. In the down corner, in the left down corner, you can see the City of Culture of Galicia here in Santiago de Compostela. That is a spectacular place to visit and to stay, with museums, with music halls, with the Galician Bibliothèque. And this is a not very known place for pilgrims and visitors, but I recommend to visit it because it's very, very important, and it's very beautiful place of modern architecture here in Santiago de Compostela. And in the interior of our community, you can't see Lugo. Lugo is a city founded by the Roman Empire and preserves the best preserved Roman walls in Europe. It's a city in inland Galicia known for its cuisine, both fish and meat, and for its popular festivals, such as San Froilán, where you can eat octopussy, because in Galicia the octopussy is best cooked in the interior cities than in the coastal cities. It's a speciality of our community, and especially the festival of Art de Lucus, where that is a tribute for the Roman present in this town, and where the population of Lugo recreates the way of life of the ancient Romans and the Celtic inhabitants. Here in the left corner, you can see the people that they dress as Romans or Celtic and pass 2-3 days celebrating our history and our culture. But you have some destination, another destination that a pilgrim or tourist of the United States should not miss here in our community. The Galicia estuaries, we name it RIAs. We have 3 different groups of RIAs for his geographical situation. The Rias Bajas in the south, and here you can see more detailed the different Rias. From the Ria de Vigo, we talk about the city of Vigo, until the Ria of Corcubion, the central Rias from Muros Noia until the Ria of Ferrol, and the Rias Altas in the north from the Atlantic to the Cantabric coastline. Here you have different landscapes of the Galicia's estuaries. Galicia's estuaries name it as rias in Spanish. Long inlets that penetrate into the line is similar than the fjords in Norway. Define the landscape and also to a certain extent the spirit of the people through a magical and astounding melange of opposites: water, land, magic real, giant human, a symbiosis of different paths through the sea and by land, which in the end may even lead to the sky, because isn't that where horizon and dreams meet? The 1,498 kilometers of coastline, in addition to its famous gastronomic wealth, province this land with legends, trade, culture, leisure, marvelous landscapes, and more than 700 beaches. From the gentle sand hills of the Rias Baixas, the lowest estuaries, that invite to the rest and bath, to the fury and might of the Rias Altas, the high estuaries battered by the wind. And we have another treasure here in Galicia, between the province of Lugo on the north and Ourense in the south, that is the Ribeira Sacra. It is easy to see why hundreds of monks and hermits choose the woods of the Ribeira Sacra to erect their monasteries. The solitude, the calms, the silence, nature, green and ochre, wine downs, peaceful waters. It seems the ideal place to get away from the hustle and bustle of the world, to relax, find yourself, and be at one with nature. The monks knew about this area, and now we invite you to discover it too. It's a very, very special place where we have a special action that is the heroic vineyards, where the people put his vineyards in a very, very in the cliffs on the river, and it's spectacular to see how the people work hanging on these mountains to prepare a very, very special wine with denomination that is the wine from the Ribeira Sacra. Here you have some landscape, here have the canyon of the Ribeira Sacra. You can go for different footpaths by bicycle or in the boats that are crossing the different parts of the river. In the corner, in the left down, you can see the people working in the vineyards there in the Ribeira Sacra, that they are full of medieval monasteries. Some of them now they are hotels to attend to attend not only the pilgrims, because we have a pass and itinerary. The last of them, the invierno, the winter camino that cross the Ribeira Sacra, and you can stay in some of these monastery with one of the most beautiful landscapes here in Galicia. And you have another lot of things to do. I recommend only among a lot of these two ones. Pathways for discovering a country. The path of the mills, in this case, water mills. The path of the mills have all the conditions for be approval required by the Spanish Federation of Mountain Sports and Climbing. They are about, it's not not a long path, it's not more than 10 kilometers, and you go crossing different rivers and arrive in different mills in a very, very beautiful landscape near to Santiago. It's about not more than 20 kilometers far away from the city that I now talking with all of you. Or the root of megaliths, that is the first cultural instrument that we have here in Galicia. In the upper corner, you can see one of these megaliths. In this case, it's a dolmen. It's a burial reminiscence of the Neolithic areas, but you can see all what can offer our rural landscape with our traditional buildings, with the cows crossing, because the cows and the pigs and the chickens are constant in our landscape and in our life. But you can enjoy of another Galicia, that is the tasting Galicia. And we are a country of wines, one of the best wines in Europe. So in white wines as in the red wines. In fact, we have 5 different regional denominations of our wines. The Rias Baixas, the Ribeiro, Monterrey, Valdeorras, and Ribeira Sacra, of a very, very high quality and with a very, very good price for consumers. And although if you are in our region, you have a lot of different types and a lot of different prices of these wines. But we are not only making wine, because traditionally Galicia was a land of wine and beer. In fact, at this moment, the considered best beer in Spain is from Galicia. It's Estrella de Galicia, that we are now exporting at a lot of countries in the world. But we are developing a lot of little artisanal factories, breweries of beer that you can enjoy in any of our province in the whole region of our community. And you can accomplish this wine and this beer with some of the best food in all of our country, because we have the luck to to have a very good natural conditions in the sea and in the land, although for the seafood, for the fish, and for the meat. Here you have some examples. Our seafood, we have the best seafood in the world, with the permission of the United States, with the permission of Korea and Japan. The special climate in Galicia, the our estuaries, and a special plankton that we have in our coastline make that the seafood in Galicia have a special taste. The same for the octopussy, and the same for our fish, and the same for our meats, not only from cow, as for pig too, and chicken. We have not a very elaborated cuisine, because for us the important is the natural taste of our products. Then we have normally the things to the grill or bow it, but not with a lot of creams or sauces, as the natural elements, with a little of fire, and it's enough for us. And we have another products to offer to our visitors in our region. We have a lot of cheeses of very special and very high quality. Our dessert here is the cake of Santiago. It's a almond cake. Our chestnuts, marron glacé. We have a very special honey from the goods, and from flowers, and from different stations in our region. And you have other activities that you can do here in Galicia. We have a lot of spectacular golf courses here in our region, more of 15 courses. We have different paths for going bicycle, that they are crossing. One of them from Europe, from Norway until Finisterre, and you have all is signed, and it's very easy to crossing it, and very prepared to attend the bicycle people that wants to come. You can sail. You have a lot of different activities that you can make here to make in Galicia when you finish your pilgrimage, if you want to rest for a time here in our country. And thank you very much for your attention in my presentation, and buen camino. And we are waiting for all of you here in our region, in our community, in this little space of Spain, name it Galicia. That it sounds with that, not with C. Thank you very much.
Ildefonso, muchas gracias, muchas gracias. It's an excellent presentation. I think we could all spend, we can use 90 days when we come and visit in Europe.
Yeah.
And wouldn't that be great if we all spent 90 days and then leave with great memories of Galicia. It's a beautiful country, and as you showed us, I learned so much from what you were talking about. There's so much to do and see. Uh, do you have your favorite spot?
Well, it's very, very difficult to say it. For me, the best path is the last one that I made.
Yeah,
Is
all
the
the
same that
recreation.
with the
Yeah,
Jacobean itineraries. The last experience is the best. But one it's a one is a good itinerary from the coast. We have a lot of different parts in the coast from the lower coast in the south of Galicia until the spectacular cliffs in the north of our community, and we have different landscape from the interior to the coastal places. Then it's very, very difficult to 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 elect one of them. I think the best of all is to forget the direction and just walk, see, and enjoy. Sure.
that's great advice. That's great advice, and it's such a friendly area too. Your folks of your Galatians are so friendly, and they're great hosts. So
Sure.
we urge all American pilgrims to not just walk to Santiago and then fly back home. Extend your visit to Galicia and extend your Camino, and it gives you time, I think, also to reflect on your Camino before you just fly home and get back to your normal routine. But spend that time like savoring. Let's say if
Yeah.
walking the Camino is a meal, your
Yeah.
dessert is going and seeing, well, having the torta Santiago, of course, but all of the other sweet things to savor all over Galicia after your Camino. What a phenomenal way to end that experience. So thank you very much, Ildefonso, and we hope to see you in Galicia very soon, and welcome so many of our American pilgrims that will be coming in 2025. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, dear Tom, and I expect that I can receive you and take a good meal here in Santiago de Compostela. And thank you all of you for your pilgrimage to Santiago de Compostela, for to pass your time with Galician people. For transmit this special experience that is to make the Camino de Santiago, and to be a pilgrimage that stand this special and this vital and spiritual way to understand the life that is to live in the Camino. For all of you, thank you very much, and buen camino para todos. Thank you.
Muchas gracias and buenas tardes. Okay.